The traveler walked down a quiet suburban road. He touched the white picket fences as he carried his heavy load. He came to a house, quaint in its way. He knocked on the door, and he started to wait. The door swung itself open. A woman greeted the man. Her husband looked him over. The traveler took deep breaths as though he had ran. "Can I help you?" asked the husband. The traveler nodded his head. "I'm a relative of yours. My mother told me to come," he said. "Who is your mother?" they asked the traveler. "Her name was Mary," he replied. "Was?" asked the husband. "Yes, sadly, she's died." "It must be my Aunt Mary," said the wife. "I was named after her. We've never met. But my mother told me stories." She stirred. "Well, come on inside. You must have so much to say." The husband nodded his head as he led forth the way. Inside of the parlor, they sat in armchairs. "It's just as I remember," said the traveler. "What?" asked the husband. "But you've never been here." "Oh yes, right," said the traveler. "From photos, I mean. You send Christmas cards each year. We kept them on our tree." "Ah," said the husband, "we do that as well. Although, I don't recall you in photos. I was in boarding school when they took the photos," the traveler said. "So, what is your name?" asked the husband, to the well-spoken young man. "My name is Scott," said the traveler. "What a coincidence," said the husband. "My son is named that as well." Just then, a thud was heard from somewhere upstairs. His son had awoken. And now, he had come running downstairs. "Dad," said the boy, "I can't get to sleep." "It's all right, dear boy. There's someone I'd like you to meet. This is your uncle. You both share the same name." The traveler gave him a tip of his hat. The boy mimicked the same. "So, what of your father?" asked the mother to the man. "We think he died during the war, years ago. Somewhere, in a foreign land." "I'm sorry to hear that," said the husband, and the wife. "It's quite all right," said the traveler, "I've lived a good life." "Well, you're welcome to stay, if you have no place to go." "Thank you," said the traveler, "but this was just a pit stop," he replied, as he stirred his drink to and fro. The fire continued to crackle, and soon it died down. The traveler picked up his hat and his bag as he walked to the door, making no sound. "My son seems quite tired," said the husband to the man. "You should let him rest." The traveler turned to the door as they said goodbye to their new guest. "You come back sometime, you hear?" said the husband and the wife. The traveler tipped to them his hat and then walked outside. "Dad," said the son, "has Uncle Scott already left?" "Yes," said the husband, picking up his son, with some heft. He carried him upstairs, back to his room. His wife watched from the door as they conversed for a minute or two. "Do you really need to go?" asked the son. "Yes, this war cannot fight itself. I'll be back before you know it. And I'll have lots of stories to tell." The husband reached in his pocket and then pulled out a gold key. Attached to it was a chain. "Is this necklace for me? You hold on to this, son, just until I get back. It's been passed down in our family. It will bring you fortune, so good luck, you won't lack." The boy hugged his dad, and then his mom came. They all said goodnight, and then went on their way. Outside of the house, the traveler stood. He watched the lights flicker off, and then unpacked his bag where he stood. He took out a machine. It was spinning, with dials, crank knobs and switches, and 5 clocks in different styles. He then pulled out a gold key, placed it in the device, turned the key forward as the machine started to rise. "Goodbye, Mum and Dad. It was good seeing you again." In a puff of light, the time traveler had now vanished from where he had stood.